Hey everybody, welcome to BombSquad. My name's Dan Stacy, and you are about to witness my nerdy family, and I use silly voices and exploding dice to tell a good story.
You should have just, started this episode just standing up and for 15 seconds just having the camera on your shirt. And, with the tavern music.
Do it! Do it, stand up.
There.
I don't...
We'll cut
it's
this
more
out.
like here. I don't know where the focal plane is.
Stop talking, they can't read. I was kidding, this didn't have to happen. I feel like it's
Stop talking, they can't read. Alright. Reminder announcement, comment on this video or the previous video to be entered into the contest to win a code to get access to a free PDF of the Open Legend Core Rulebook or the Amora Dawn campaign setting. Amora's Dawn campaign setting. And that'll be Saturday, the 25th of July, that we will do the announcement for the winner. I don't think we have any other announcements. RPG Marie?
RPG of the day. Let's go back to spinach. Just want to mention spinach. Because what does spinach do for Popeye? Remember, the secret of spinach is you can throw it in a shake and you won't taste it. So, my little trick is now going to be the next time I'm dieting, I'm going to be including, make sure to have fats and fiber within each meal. That's
and corn nuts.
Sure.
in the shake. You won't
And
taste
corn
them.
nuts. You can blend them in the shake, give it a little munch, a little crunch, and some salt. Sodium. Excuse me. MSGs. But no, seriously,
Don't do that.
fiber and fat. 2 F's. I want to throw in a third F's for
Fructose.
There, thank you,
fructose.
Zach.
Sure,
Thank you,
yes,
Zach.
actually, because then you get your carb,
Really
fat, and
save
then
that
also
one.
make sure to have protein source. But fiber is satiating, and fat is satiating. So that's going to be my next tactic. Fruit. I like fructose. But fruit, yeah, it's almost the same. Fruit, fructose. Fat, fiber, fructose. There you go.
Okay.
Fruit.
3 F's.
Let's dive into the fructose episode of BombSquad. Sure. And we dive back in. So,
There it is.
yeah, you wait for it, buddy. Ingrid, what's our recap for today?
Recap. So, our hero, the big man, disappeared up the mountain to walk. I don't know. And then our hero came back and talked with Brick for a little bit. He seemed like he felt pretty guilty about things or something. I don't know. And then, then Ilyad had a lot of pie. Yeah, and crashed. Poor guy.
Literally.
But I had a great song.
Yes.
It
was a good song.
He'll be back shortly. It was a good song, yeah.
Oh, and then Minnie, was just staring at us through the window. It's a little weird. So
Breathing very heavily.
And you had a
eyes
great zinger.
dilated. I think she might have been on something, but we'll see. So,
Yeah.
good night.
Don't forget you had a great zinger.
Oh yeah.
So natural. Awesome. All right. We'll while everybody else is sleeping and Ilyad's off and about, what are the boys doing?
Arkiro, it's the morning! Aren't you excited? Hold on, let me get my cooking supplies out. And out from his nose pops an entire cooking ensemble.
I
Fire
hate it
already
when you
lit.
do that.
All right, let me get some of the supplies out. Digs into his bicep and pulls out some eggs, some pigs, some whatever, just all sorts of food.
Living pigs.
All right, now I'll separate it because I know the components I eat would probably kill you. But
am not
I'll make
eating
your
eggs.
side and my side. It'll be great, just like old times. Let me just start cooking this up. Oh,
You do realize you're having eggs, right?
yeah. They're the small eggs. They're not you. And cooks up all the food.
Very nice.
There's like, basically like probably somewhere around like 8,000, 10,000 calories worth of food. And then he's mixing in like bat guana and like all these weird components of magical nature in it. And then he has sets the side down for you. I separated the eggs in case you're like weird about that. And then just starts to...
But the bat guano is
No
still,
offense.
still everywhere.
They're everywhere.
Okay, sorry.
I have a strict diet. I must decline, but thank you.
Sure, do you see my new toy?
Where did you get that?
Oh, I got it in the dwarven place where the dwarfs are with the metalworking.
They will.
They metalworked it. It might come through some of your feathers. Let me see.
Do not touch me.
Pretty good.
All right, put it away before you poke your mustache out.
I don't know if that's possible.
Indeed. Are you ready yet? We must go back down to the Valkyrie.
Okay, one second. Sucks the stuff back in.
I really hate it when you do that.
I mean, it's practical.
I suppose. Let's move on.
Coughs a little bit, some smoke comes out. Let's go back. So tell me about some of your adventures you've had. As we start
Quite
walking down.
honestly, do you actually want me to RP?
If you guys want to, it's up to
Yeah,
you.
just a little bit, probably.
Yeah.
Quite honestly, after you had left, most of my adventures, shall you say, were more local. I studied with the Stornyandi. I focused on the prophecy of the Arkiro. I trained myself to be the best that I can in the tradition of the dragon.
Good. You look like you've been getting better.
Thank you. And yourself, of course, as well.
You gotta get swole.
I'm not sure I can get swole. But I have gotten stronger, for sure. Both in mind and body and spirit. My most recent adventure is when I met this team. I was sent on a mission to find Nori. He is a small, gnomish man. He is Brock's father.
Brock's father, huh?
Is a gnome.
That's kind of weird. He looked like he kind of had some metal there. Is that armor?
You pull kitchen utensils out of your nose. I'm not really concerned about weird right now. we both do that.
I love it.
A solid 5 seconds of silence.
After chasing down Nori, he was with this group, this team, and he wouldn't leave them. And
Oh,
so-
sounds like a loyal fella. It's good to be
is.
loyal to your comrades.
He is. He is indeed. And so our adventures, so to speak, took us quite a journey because none of them can fly back to Othisen. Or teleport for that matter. I don't know how they do it. They just walk everywhere.
Well, it's good exercise.
You don't walk anywhere, you teleport everywhere.
Well, no, I'm walking right now. Actually, that's a good idea. I'm going to turn this into exercise. Start doing squat, alternating 180 squat jumps as we're going.
Yeah.
See, look at this. This is good exercise. It builds up the muscles, gets better endurance.
I'm happy for you.
I think that's the perfect place to pause and keep going. Oh my gosh, awesome. We'll cut over to Ilyad, who, while they're walking down, Ilyad, you are suddenly realizing what is supposed to occur. Yes, well, if you could rally your team, I will meet you over at the house at
Rally, yes. But what should we wear?
Well, I do.
Oh, yeah. I don't have any more. I can't give them to you.
Yeah.
I do believe the gentleman Bartholomew left some clothing.
Clothes.
Yes, up at your suite.
Oh my. Proctor, I'm naked!
No, you just don't have a shirt on.
Okay. I was worried for a minute. So where do we go? Just point
house
me
center.
in the direction.
Yes, the large. It's a large building.
Large building.
Will you be with the Lulinga, Akiro?
The bird.
Yes. Yes.
Come to think of it, I don't know where he went.
Well, he will know precisely where to go, but it is the large white building. As you are headed towards the mountain, to the left, whenever the sunlight comes out, the Edelstein shines right upon it. Can't miss it. We will be there.
So if this was a Wiesen, would I go...
A little bit more to my left. You're
Got
right.
it. Okay,
Yes.
all right.
Good.
Will
Yes.
there be breakfast? Is it a breakfast meeting?
I can make sure there are some fruits and accoutrements available for you too.
Protein.
Of course. Of course.
What did you
Protein.
I would expect nothing less.
A little bit of David leaking in there.
It's stringy, but it's there.
Indeed. Yes. Yes. Good push-ups last night.
You saw, you noticed.
Indeed. Always
He
watching.
pushed me a bit beyond my limits, but... Proctor, is there anything that I should be thinking of during this meeting, or how should I approach this meeting? I feel a bit unprepared.
It's simply, I've already laid the foundations there. Just answer the questions the Adjutant has for you. I know you love to have fun, of course, and that is good. I know also that some of your experiences, though not all enjoyable, have granted you some skills that I think will be useful here. I think if you just present yourself as you are and be truthful, the Adjutant he will see. He respects.
He will
respects
become
truth.
agitated.
Did
you see what I did there?
I did, and I don't think we probably want to go the opposite direction. of
Oh, all right.
Two.
All right, no, I can, as soon as I have some sustenance, I'll be in my right mind.
it. Very good.
No more pie this morning.
Probably a wise
Maybe
decision.
tonight, but not now.
Well, you
Thank
are
you.
a full-grown elf. You can make your own decisions. I shall head
Sometimes.
back. I do have some duties to perform, but I will be there at the house. I will hopefully see you there shortly.
Thank you. Yes, I'll be quite brisk.
Excellent.
Can we show up at that point?
Yeah, I was thinking maybe he can run in and get everybody to get out of the room. So you guys are walking in as Proctor Mala. Squat jumping in.
Yeah.
As Proctor
Okay.
Mala passes by. Oh, Master Thorn.
Oh, how are you doing, Proctorate?
Wonderful, as always. It's so glad. I'm very looking forward to your experience, returning to the arena with you.
Oh, it's gonna be so much fun.
Wonderful.
You're gonna love it.
Brilliant, yes.
He loses a few inches of height, like, permanently.
Yeah, indeed. Fairly well. Let him go.
Proctor.
Do you have anything to say, Ilyad?
Oh, me? Yes, actually, I was going to say something. Good morning, Akiro.
Why was the proctor here?
I have a map.
What?
I don't know if you can make it out. Well, basically, I need a white building off in the distance with the Mr. Adjutant.
The Hausetta.
That sounds about right.
Why are you looking for the Hausetta? Why are you asking about the adjutant?
We have a meeting. I'm pretty sure
Which
I told
adjutant?
The only one. You have grown up here. You know.
Oh, isn't that Dean Eden?
What?
E.I. Dan? Dan.
Yes.
Adjutant Dan, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Where's the rest? Like, where are we at this point?
I assume upstairs, unless you guys wanted to have crashed on the ground as well.
Did Ilyad get us? Or
No, he hasn't.
oh, okay.
Can I roll my influence or something? Ilyad wants to see if I can pin the forgetting the meeting on Akiro. I told you. I
Do you
need
guys,
to
I
use a
think you guys are
legend
waking
point,
up now.
please.
You can come downstairs. Let's have everybody come. Okay, you guys are all coming downstairs as this occurs. Oh, you're
So
spending a legend
I'm
point.
spending a legend
All right.
point.
What are we at? 6, 7?
Yeah, 6. Yep.
So this is against my what?
What are you trying to do?
So I'm trying to.
Or...
Well, I don't know if it would be
Would be
influence.
deception?
Maybe it's more of a charm. I was thinking of like smooth talking my way into making him think, like kind of a manipulation thing,
Doesn't
which I don't really
influence
do.
have,
has,
mind alter or
memory alteration?
Memory alteration.
I think so, yeah.
Yes.
I
Who are
can
you
see-
trying to
I can
convince?
see that he's struggling. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe he's right. Bolster.
Who is Ilyad trying to convince?
I'm
Akiro
trying to
or
convince
everyone else?
Akiro that in the midst of his anger, this is going to be the storyline. Akiro, do you not remember right after you punched our dear friend Tiri? You said you were going to remind everyone of the meeting.
Tiri and
I
I are
think
coming
Dillian
down the
is right.
stairs and I'm holding her.
I mean,
Fist bumps.
I said no
Fist bump.
such
memory alteration. Okay, yeah.
You forgot about a meeting.
2 6s.
You are about as useful as a wheel on a lizard mule.
You got 2 adventures from the bolster.
Larry takes offense at
What about
that.
my legend point? Just adds
Oh yeah, so add another one.
a d20 or a d4?
Oh,
Another
right.
D6.
Yeah, so
I got a
5,
D6.
and you're keeping the top 3.
Yeah,
come on,
you
come
get
on, come
top
on.
3 plus 1.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Yes, exploding
Okay.
for
So
yeah.
those. All right.
I believe
Okay,
it's
so
against your
it's
resolve
12.
unless you want to defend.
Right,
You
plus
could
that.
kind of
And roll that
defend
again.
actually.
Come on, come on.
18, 21.
21.
Versus resolve.
This is my 17.
Yeah. So
Got it.
memory alteration.
This is how terrible
guess.
it is.
Yep. So that's what you believe. I'm gonna check one thing, but go ahead.
Does the
I feel guilty now.
Does the flute play into this? Play into it.
The flute.
I didn't.
And so Tyrion's come down and I look over. You look familiar to me. That nose. Who was it? Arkiro. Who was that gnome? Do you remember the gnome?
I thought it had a very cute nose.
It was Rintin. Tin Rin.
Adorable.
Wait, what?
Rinitin?
Tiri?
No, when I was a kid.
Tyrion.
Rintin. 10 Rins. Don't you remember that name? It was Tinrin.
Tenrin.
Tinrin.
Yes. What about?
You look like Tinrin.
Well, yeah, well, no, actually. Oh, no. I always thought it had a really cute nose.
It looks like a wonderful nose to me.
Yeah, but his was like...
Maybe that was later.
How did you...
I knew him when he was a kid. Ha! Ha! It was great fun back then. Do you remember some of the pranks he used to pull?
I'd rather not talk.
Remember when he pulled your tail feather out?
Oh, no, wait. No, now you're speaking my language. Do tell.
We do not have time for this.
something might have gotten missed in the family
You will
books. I
regain
mean,
the correct memory an hour from now.
Hour from now.
Yeah.
It's like, let's go.
I think I know.
We do not have time for this.
Thierry, Kiro is quite right. We have a long run. Can we
I've
jot
been
a
trying
note?
to get stories.
I would love to hear stories.
But I've been trying to get stories about
Can we-
the little Akiro.
Oh, I should tell you about the cake.
We are not
what-
talking about
Please
this.
tell me about
There's
this
my
cake.
cake.
We have a meeting with
Like a
with the
birthday
Adjutant.
cake.
Which one?
The only one.
Oh, Dan.
Yes.
Hold on. I'm confused here. So you're talking to Stromboli, you're talking to Proctologist, and we're talking to the Adjutant. Just to be clear.
I think Brock's got the gist of it.
This episode
And I'll
is
be
just a
soon.
seizure. It's just an absolute seizure.
There seems to be a little bit of a glow happening in Arkira. We're starting to get angry again.
Dude, since Malik's been out, do I see Malik right now?
Yes, we'll say he's out. Yep.
Yeah. All right. So I. Hell and well met. I didn't get to introduce myself last time. I bumble
His eyes are
over
getting
towards
really
Malik
big.
and I reach out to like shake his paw.
I wouldn't do that.
He jumps on Ingrid and like touches.
Remember, it was just like a year or two ago. We were, fighting all those, zombies and the undead. It was great fun.
Yes. Yeah. Terrible.
Yeah, you were about to be dogpiled by like.
Well, I wouldn't
7
say
of 'em.
that exactly.
Wait, you know...
Yeah, we were best friends. We fought alongside each other. It was great.
Malik's
now I
eyes.
want stories.
I
Kitty
think we
Malik?
have to. Listen,
I never got your name. What is it?
you can call me Malik.
Malik. Very good.
Yes, I wouldn't say we were best friends. We can talk on the road, though. Shouldn't we be going to the Adjutant?
that idea.
He looks
Malik.
over at Brick.
Lead the way.
All right, we gotta get pumped up for this. Let's do some push-ups, Ilyad. Let's go. Come on. We gotta get some push-ups to encourage everybody. Let's go.
Just like
High
picks them
five
up.
push-ups. We got this.
Good. Malik jumps down. It's like, go, everyone.
One.
Move along. Oh, let's go. Leave them.
3,
So Akiro, tell about this cake.
5, 6, 7, 8,
Riker had the idea.
10, and mass haste on everybody.
This isn't a tabletop RPG anymore. That's not what this is. This is some weird, like, cosplay, roleplay.
So I'm bolstering myself. I'm getting help from him, and everybody's grouped up. So it's an area haste.
Perfect. All right.
We're
Let's
going
do it.
really fast.
We're all going really fast. Ingrid's little feet are going.
Power walking. Swing those hips, people.
So
We're gonna be faster than green grass through a goose. Let's go.
we can have time hasted for maybe one story on the road to the Halseta. You have about 5 minutes.
So which story do you want to hear?
Thierry wants the cake.
Yeah, I want the cake, but if
But we can roll against. We can do a contested roll.
You may tell them about the cake.
Okay, so there we were. We were probably like I don't know, like 2 years old, and that's about right.
Not at all.
How old were we?
We were old enough to know what we were doing.
Well, of course. How else would we do it if we didn't know what we're doing? He's a funny guy. So, anyways, there was this little girl in the nearby, area, and her birthday was coming up, but she didn't have any friends to celebrate with. They didn't have a lot of money, so she needed a birthday cake. So I got Arkira. I was like, Arkira, we gotta go make a birthday cake for this girl. And so I talked to him, and he was like, "That's it's so right. She's so beautiful. She deserves a cake." So we went into the the bakery, the storeroom. It wasn't locked, so we weren't breaking in or anything. And then we just borrowed some of the ingredients. We made this wonderful cake, and then we brought it to her. She was so happy. You remember she passed some of her exams because she was so happy at having received that cake. It was great. And then who punished you?
Maestor Nyandi.
the storm yonder, he came and was like, how dare you be kind to somebody or something like that.
That is not what he said at all. We broke in entering and stole ingredients.
It wasn't locked.
It doesn't have to be locked to belong to someone else.
Well, I mean, but we are there too. I cooked there before.
Does not make it right. The lesson learned in this was that
Arkira was really fun back when he was young.
Yeah, we're like 2 years old.
I know. Did he have
we were
his pinions
students
yet, or was
at
he
the
still
Pradi
fuzzy?
Institute. We were not 2 years old.
I mean, it was close enough.
That is where I learned.
Little big eyes, teeny little beak.
Deary,
Well, yes.
that is where I learned that lying is not a good thing.
In that moment, Ilyad just starts in a cold sweat. Somebody ask me what's wrong.
You okay, buddy?
Was that a little too much of a workout for you?
Yes. Can we go to the meeting?
Yes, we are late as it is. Let us go.
Awesome. All right.
I got my Arkira story.
Yes, dear. Yay, dear. What is it? 3 or 4 legend points later.
Memoirs. Book of memoirs.
It's been since Tajeka's Jewel.
Yeah, seriously.
So you guys head at a rapid pace, flying along to the Hausetta, which is the
Sound effects make it better. Vroom. Zoom.
And I lost my sound.
Would you stop doing that? You are just walking.
That's the best. Here we go. So you come to this very large white building. It has several statues on it. One of the dragon himself, an image of him. And then there is a similar statue to where that pool was that Brick and Ilyad did the boar riding. And there's a lot of people going in and out right now, and there's a few people dancing around. Might have been that same troupe that you guys did the dance contest with. And you head in. Proctor Mala is waiting in the main hall there for you. And as you look up and around, you see tapestries, and there's images etched into the walls of different heroic feats of the dragon faith. It's a lot of what the dragon specifically did. There's one where he is covered in some kind of sickly green stuff, and there's a Drekki woman crying into this large hole. And then there's another one of him actually connected to a plow and dragging it across a field. And then there's some of the wars. You can see the 5 necromancers being crushed by the dragon's paws or claws at one point in one of them. But as you head in, at the far end of this very large room with the high ceilings and there is a very dark red Drekki who is in a similar kind of outfit to Proctor Mala with those robes and then that kind of conically shaped hat that kind of looks like flames, but it's all gold with little silver etchings on it. And he's speaking to a rather thin elf, sea elf, so dark skin, and actually you would recognize it as the servitor that you've worked with before on that one adventure.
The No Star, how's it going?
Oh, dear, it's you.
Hey, it's the No Star.
Please calm yourself.
I'm perfectly calm. It's also Dari. Hey, Dari.
Hello. It is good to see you again, Master Thorn.
It's wonderful to be back. I always love the tapes, stories. They're really nice.
Of course. If you will excuse me, he looks at all of, just takes in this whole scene. I will be heading out. It was a pleasure to speak to you, Adjutant. Thank you. And he heads into a different room away, and the Adjutant turns. He's got very long whiskers and just these bright white teeth and fierce eyes.
Stash is looking good today.
As is yours, Master Thorn.
Boy, do you describe a noun.
Brick, now is not the time.
You see Proctor Mala sweating a little bit. Tyrion's looking for a fist bump over there. He stares at you for a moment. I did not expect to have both the Linger and Master Thorn here as well. And he turns to Proctor Mala, and Proctor Mala says, yes, neither did I suppose. Ilyad.
Yes.
Adjutant, this is Ilyad, and this is Ilyad's crew.
Let's stand up taller.
I didn't know about Master Thorn as well. That is perhaps something.
Oh, we're best friends.
Very good.
He's been doing really good with his push-ups.
Riker Thorn is visiting. He has just arrived in Avisen.
Oh, it was great. You should have seen how he used his spear. You want to tell him about it?
Not right now.
Oh, okay.
Please continue. I am so sorry.
The adjutant is looking agitated. Hey,
The adjutant was a noun in that sentence. The agitated was.
I do not know if we should discuss these things. Though I suppose, Master Thorn, you have been away for quite some time.
Yeah, a couple years.
I think it has been slightly more.
I told you.
I was already unsure about the Linger.
Pride.
Yeah.
A little bit of a flare.
I know Proctor Mala has told you all some of what is going on. I will hold you, Master Ilyad, personally responsible then for these individuals.
Would that come in the mic?
I hope so.
That was really good. Ooh. There's a little bit fake of a one.
If they are to be involved, understand if they are involved with this.
Could you describe responsible?
Responsible means one of two things. That's a splendid idea. I'm glad I thought of it. Or Arkira said it was okay.
It is not at all
I'll
what it
tuck
means.
that away.
Well,
So sorry to
in this
interrupt.
case, it means that if one of them are part of this, it is your job to take care of it.
Riker, please.
What?
Do not flex those muscles right
I
now.
just gotta do a few, sit-in squats here. It's good exercise.
Yes, I suppose it is highly unlikely they are involved with this. But I will leave that up to you. Tell me then, of what Dr. Mahler has told you, do you think this is something you would be interested in doing? He reaches his clawed hand out before anyone speaks. The reason we are looking for someone like yourselves, though he eyes the two of you, is being outside of this area. The one thing we do know is that this event is being coordinated by someone within Avisen. Therefore, it is likely that these two are not involved. Though, again, I will leave that up to you to discover. If you can.
Can I interrupt for a second?
Yeah.
Not dialogue. This is in regards to the assassination attempt.
Yes.
Okay.
They're looking
That's
to
what we're
hire
trying to
someone.
find.
Do we know?
Proctor Mala told you a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. But if you forgot, you forgot. That's fine. Like Ingrid couldn't forget. It was only
Well,
offhanded.
he didn't tell our group.
Yes, everyone was there.
Was everyone there?
I think the first
Yes,
time
because
you came to
Akira
talk to
asked,
this.
"Why are you telling us this?"
Okay.
And
Oh,
Tyrion
that's
was
way
wondering
back.
that
Okay.
too. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was way back. Not in game, but
Like the cold shoot. not the occasion.
Yes.
Yes.
Gold, okay.
Yes.
Yes. Before I give you any more details, I want to hear what your rates would be and how you think you are worthy to engage in this affair.
Can I use some sort of action to, like, I guess it would almost be a bolster, right? Because I want to help
Sure.
everyone's responses.
Sure.
But
yeah.
it might look a little funny. Could I just do a hum?
Yeah, absolutely.
A magical hum almost?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, roll your influence.
Influence. 2d6.
Hey, great. Influence has bolster too, right?
I love that humming. It sounds great.
I was wondering when that would come.
When Ilyad just inhales. So good!
So advantage 2. And you
16.
Wow, that's
Oh my
Nice.
gosh.
19 plus that is 25.
Plus that.
28. Yeah.
28. Wow. We'll give it to you anyways.
I don't know why that.
All right. Yes, Master Ilyad, do tell me. Why is your team worthy of this?
We, in the short time that we have... in the short time that we have been bitter sweet, we have yielded out both justice and kindness. And fierceness. Did I mention fierceness?
You did not.
A short list, but a powerful one at that. We all bring quite unique talents. And after putting this team together, I myself have come across with what I would believe is the greatest conglomerate of skilled fighters and lovers.
It was going so well.
I don't know. I think it was kind of funny. But he nailed it. I mean, he's so good.
So, with my knives and this hair
He has knives?
He has lots of knives.
and this team, we present ourselves to your service to locate and destroy whatever threat may be coming your way. And how do I want to like pause and be like, give me a number, give me a number. And for our price, we
What her to be
tend
like
to-
right up.
we tend to need a very tall order. However, we do love Avisen. So we'll have a discount available of a very small discounted amount, but yet still a discount.
Yet still patriotic.
Because we love you and
Specifically.
Avisen.
Because we're lovers. Remember?
And so, at that rate, we shall be asking for the sum of, and not quite shy of, but a little bit more than the amount of money that would equally be spread between all of our souls, which would amount to something greater than, but not less than, the amount that I probably would not deem to be the correct amount because I'm not the financier. Thierry is actually our financier.
100,000! You spent 100,000!
Gold.
My adjutant.
Yes, Lilinga.
Due to the seriousness of this situation, we will not be asking for anything.
Each! I meant each!
We will do this out of our own goodwill to show you that we want this solved as much as you do. We do not ask for anything in return.
That is almost what I meant.
You owe me.
He's got a big investment.
Putting in a lot of overtime on the circus project. I'm gonna be making peanuts.
Very well.
Please accept our services. What we do need is as much information as you have possible.
Indeed.
Yeah, I don't even know why we're here.
Perhaps that is a good thing, then. We will pay you, even though the Lilinger has offered. I think there are some ways he will benefit from this. I am not blind to what is going on. Here's what we know. The High Seat is often under much assault and attack, especially in recent times, since certain disagreements within the faith have arisen, as you well know, Master Thorn.
Wait, what?
Never mind.
There's been disagreements?
Another
Yes,
time,
another
perhaps.
time.
Oh.
I will give you what I know. My concern is, of course, for the most recent escapade upon the Tajeka's jewel and the thievery of the whale's fin. There have been some groups of, and he looks over at Arkiro, traditionalists that have been discussing things.
I'm gonna can I look at Arkiro and be like,
I will, in all fairness, though, say that there have been some that have been under my teaching that have been as passionate as them.
So as he's speaking, did you actually like whisper that to him?
As Arkiro.
Yeah. So he just kind of focuses, and his presence kind of radiates out as he kind of invokes truthfulness.
Okay.
So I exploded on the 8. I didn't roll
Nice.
great on the 20. So I got an 18 total
Okay.
versus
That's resolve. Okay.
So just a compelling of truth.
Yes. His eye just flicks around for a second. I am not sure exactly when it is going to occur, but we do believe that the Feast of First Ascendance and the Procession of the Cups is probably the most likely time, if it is a poison. The High Seat, of course, is refusing to take any of what I deem to be the necessary precautions. For the people, that is probably a good choice, but for the High Seat, I will confide in you. He is not doing well, as some of you may know. He is a strong Dreki, but whatever is costing his body it is taking its final tolls. And that does mean there are political advantages to his passing. In fairness, both for me as well as the Stonyandi of Felvanari. So I want you to consider even me a possible suspect in this, as well as the Stonyandi, and this is why even your own teammates. We're not sure who's doing this, but we have access to some of the more illicit distributions that would perhaps use the wealth and for less prodigious endeavors.
So you're the one hiring us, but you're also the one paying us. So we'll want that in advance, please.
Very well. I shall have it done, Proctor. And Proctor nods and Proctor Mala heads out.
You have mentioned that there has already been attacks and assaults on the
Yes.
High Seat. Where has he been attacked already?
There has been one attempt in his room in the Hasata. The assassin did escape, but his attempt did fail.
Did anyone get a look at him?
Not a good look, but I do believe Yaberk has the full report at the Cloud Draken office. You can get it from him.
What did they try and do? How'd they try and go about it?
It seems to have been some kind of poison dart. Perhaps something more. The dart was recovered. It is at the Cloud Draken office. Shadowy figure. I was not present at this. Tall, thin. The others... There have been threats, of course. Yaberk has a full list at the office. He will have a better sense of which ones were considered more legitimate. But there have been... As you know, the High Seat has played it, much to my chagrin, safe in these disagreements, and has not taken a firm stand. While that has mitigated any anger from the people, the more extreme ends of this disagreement between the faiths have been upset with that and wanted a firm stance, as well as, of course, the issues with the elves and the orcs. That, however, I am pleased to say that with the work from Proctor Mala, as well as Lesser Seat Holshire, has gone well, and we may have something to announce very soon that will be hopefully helpful in that situation. However, as Proctor Mala mentioned, our studies have been on the Whalesfin, and so I do not know if it could possibly be. There is one individual who has been working on it, Servitor. Now Dan's doesn't have those up. Servitor. Not Holshire, but Holshire, yes, of course, but Servitor Dardanos.
Oh yeah, I know him.
Yes.
We did some great adventures together.
Indeed. He has been working carefully with the Whalesfin and has been responsible for the security of it. I believe he is the one who selected Jeremias, the Halfling, who was supposed to escort it along with 2 Scolari from Yorthvine. I believe they have headed out to investigate where the teleportation of the Jejeka's duel happened. They have not returned yet, of course. It will be a few days, but I will let you know when they return. But Dardanos may have some information on who else would have access. And while I'm saying this, Minnie, you know a certain apothecist who...
That something with a T.
Yes, I think I have it in your notes, right? Yeah, but
I know his name. I go.
that there are a few locals who work in this. I do not know any specifics, but perhaps if you could speak around on the street.
Terrence.
Are you?
Right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Terrence.
Terrence Alpha.
Is it equally deadly to Scolari and Reki?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm trying to think if there is anything else I can give to you.
Have any of the previous high seats been assassinated?
Well, yes, but the last one was... almost a millennia ago. As the... Of course, High Seat Steward Thorsen is a Dreki, and they live long. He is nearing his 500th year. The previous High Seat from that, as the Leilinger could tell you, was a Scolari, who is also known to live that long. She died of natural causes, old age. The one before that was assassinated.
So here's the thing. That's just sort of bugging around in the back of my head is why bother assassinating a dying old lizard? Like,
You see, the snarl's starting to come up.
he's already dying. Why speed it up a few days? Metaphorically speaking, why does it have to happen so suddenly and right now?
Unless the time scale of what would result from that needs to happen immediately.
That would be a good assumption.
Only someone who thinks that they could win now, but not in a few months, say, would stand to gain anything from this.
That is possible. I will say this, in fairness, my concern with the whale's fin is if it is used, are they trying to link it back to myself? Or the Reformation, as I have been labeled the voice of the Reformation.
And the Reformation's been growing, right?
Yes.
And you think it's going to be better off in a few months then than it is today?
I hope so, yeah.
Especially with maybe a little victory on your side in these competitions here, you'd be in a really good place in a couple of months.
Yes, I do hope so.
All right, so my bet then is simply then the people that seem like they need to hasten the cause would be the reformists are the ones that are growing in popularity. They could tend to push this out a little bit and grow their popularity, so it would be the traditionalists.
It is a possibility. I do not want to... I will answer any questions you have, but I do not want to influence this. I want the perpetrator found. I do not want to see the Draki who has raised me be killed in this way. As you say, he is dying and he is suffering. Now, I will say that the average citizen does not know of this, though it is getting harder and harder to hide. But those in the higher tiers, it has been happening for over 2 decades, his illness.
Okay.
Any more questions for me?
Can I... How close am I to Arkiro?
You guys are all kind of standing together.
Could I say something to Arkiro with my helmet up that the adjutant couldn't hear?
Yeah, sure. I'd say that's fair. He'll know you're probably whispering. But.
Does he know about the Defiant Riot? Here, in the mountain.
I do not know. If he is aware of the whale's fin, then he is aware that they might have taken it from Jeremias. I would not be... I would put... How do I say this? I would imagine he probably knows about it, rather than he doesn't. However, it might be wise of us to mention it to him as well.
Unless he hired them.
Unless he hired them. Something else for us to consider as well. For if they are in the mountain, they too might be going to Maestornyandi.
We were on the Chichaka's jewel, and everybody knows that, so we'll start there.
They also seemed to find you many times before that as well.
No, with the Defiant Riot.
So while that's going on, I think Riker's been talking, so that's maybe why it distraction.
Sure, okay.
He's like, yeah, 2 decades ago. Isn't that, you sent me to go help find that apothecary dude, right?
Yes, Savitolan.
Yeah, we went really, really, really far east.
Indeed.
It was quite the voyage, quite the battles. It's kind of crazy over there.
I can only imagine.
We found that book. Wasn't that supposed to have apothecary junk?
How far east did you go?
Like, really far.
They were gone for several years.
Be more specific. Where did you go?
We went,
Where did you send him?
Only east.
we just kept going east until we found where, Servitor Olin. Servitor Olin. He, went to, and then we found one of his books, and so then we brought it back. And we went really, really far east. Like, I think farther east than anybody's ever gone.
I would concur on this.
My ears perk up. Ever eastward.
Did that book not have any of the apothecary stuff?
Unfortunately, no. It did not have what we sought.
What book is this?
The Book of Our Union is what it ended up being. I had hoped when the High Seat began to turn ill and show the signs of his body failing, Servitor Olin was so well known. It was a last-ditch hope. But Master Thorn and a small crew along with Servitor Dardanos were willing to try.
Man, I really had to keep that Danos Dar safe. He wasn't too good with the, staying alive by himself.
Yes, he is not much of a fighter. Unfortunately, they did not find Olin. They did find some signs of him. To what end? Did he perhaps ascend in his solitude or pass away quietly? Or did he travel even further east? I do not know. But I am glad you went. Thank you, Master Thorn.
Well, happy to help always.
And where is the Book of Our Union now?
The original copies, the original journals that they found are, of course, in my study, my personal home. But
And you have not told anyone of this.
Oh, no, the High Seat knows of this, of course.
And no one else?
Servitor Dardanos, Lesser Seat Holshire knows. And, of course, we have made several copies. Servitor Dardanos himself has done most of the copying. In the High Seat, and now, of course, all of you.
Interesting.
It was a very special find.
Yeah, it was a pretty thick book.
Indeed, it was.
Danos Dar didn't want me to handle it, though. I don't know.
It is very fragile, and you are so strong.
Well,
Indeed.
How old are you?
It's an unusual
Relevant to the
question.
investigation. How old are you?
I am 200 years old.
Okay.
Just heavy of that.
How old is Cernyandi?
It's about the same as the
I was gonna
High
say
Seat.
about the High Seat.
Or not
right?
not the same as High Seat. In between.
In between, so
he's just
350.
shy. Yeah, shy of 400.
He's older than him.
No further questions.
Are we actually older than this guy?
You guys are probably about the same
We're about
age.
the same
age.
Yeah. He's a pretty young dude for this group of age group.
We're like in our prime.
I mean, I'm only in my 20s.
I think the adjutant size as well. I will be between here and my personal home if you have any further questions. Again, Yaberk has many of the files that you can study. I would definitely speak with Servitor Dardanos. He will be working with Lesser Seat Holshire, probably in the back rooms of the house at where we are working on the whale's fin. And anything else you would need. If you run into any difficulties, please let me know. I'll be happy to assist if I can. Let us bring this to an end and make sure that the procession of the cups goes smoothly. And if it can be done before the arena, that would be quite a boon.
Yeah, that's why I came back.
I am not surprised.
Burgager asked me to come and, back in the arena again.
Yeberg.
Yeah, Yeberg.
I had heard rumors that... Do you guys have a name for your old team? We didn't really talk about it. Sorry. He'll say the name. Was coming back together for a special. This will be quite a competition. I am sponsoring a team myself. Very well. If there are no further questions.
Who, may I ask, are you sponsoring?
A interesting team of gnomes, actually. They have come from Orbrief. A connection made by Proctor Mala. I thought it was an interesting addition to the arena competitions.
I love gnomes. One of my best friends growing up was a gnome. Renatin.
You mean, yeah.
That does sound gnomish, yes. Interesting names. Yes, they are. They bring a sense of unexpected.
Yeah, there was the time he pulled out Arkiro's tail feather. You remember that?
Yes, how can I forget? You never let me seem to.
That is...
Is it tail feather somehow like a trophy in the house?
Yeah, I think so, 100%. The tail of the Arkiro. That is quite a feat. Impressive. I am excited to see how my team does then. And I see you have one fellow gnome in yours team, the Stornyandis.
As Riker has said, we have many talents in our team.
Well, I hope you can find it. I will do what research I can as well. But please, keep this as quiet as possible.
Oh. Well, there goes that idea. I was going to go out and just start yelling, hey, if you're the one that was killing, come, let's fight. I guess that won't work then.
Please don't do that.
I doubt it highly. Very well.
I mean, an honorable challenge.
And I mean, if it worked, like, that would be astounding. Like you,
that's what I'm
you
saying.
Almost owe it to them. Like, if they are truly that noble at heart, then you owe it to have an open challenge.
If they are trying to kill the High Seat by poison, they are not honorable.
Though,
Maybe they're settling.
one other thought, actually, speaking of that, there might be a sense of grandiose in this, perhaps. Oh, perhaps Master Thorn has some ideas, because if it is connected to the political difficulties we are undergoing right now, a message to be sent, I think is likely. It will not be a quietly in the night. This is only my suspicion. I leave it to you to decide. But it would make much sense to me. Perhaps a shifting of blame as well. This is my concern again with the whale's fin. A visible kill done by poison made from something that's the Adjutant, who is... I'm sure you can put all those puzzle pieces together. It is very clear.
Why use something untraceable if you're going to claim responsibility?
Or lay blame on someone else. So, thank you. Enjoy your time in Avisen if you can. Bring me the killer's head. And we'll wrap the episode up there, I think.
Save his head, dispose of the rest.
Yes. All right. We are all exhausted. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Remember to comment below to be entered in the contest. And Saturday after this goes up, I think July 25th, we will have an announcement of the winner. Phil is awesome. Janae is awesome. Thank you guys. You guys are all awesome. Check out the links in our description below for all the goodies. And,
check out Arkiro's socks. Not Arkiro.
Oh, yeah.
That's Arkiro. I'm Riker. Yeah.
Yeah. Electric Socks. Great Mustache on Twitch. Do Respite on Twitch. And Interplanar Crossroads on YouTube for more Open Legend actual play and how-tos. Subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
Ready.
Woo!
Thank you, guys.